Gina from HauntedFlower.com and HauntedFlowerReviews.com, and I've got a bunch of new titles to review today. First, we've got J.EDGAR on Blu-ray DVD digital copy, out February 21st. Then we have the title I've been calling M4 all season, which is Marcy May Marlene on Blu-ray, also February 21st. Then Bounty Hunters on DVD, February 28th. This stars Trish Stratus. Then Recoil on March 6th with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And High Road on Blu-ray, which also came out March 6th and has a whole bunch of comedy actors. Let's start with J.EDGAR. It says at the bottom, one of the best films of the year, and I actually heartily agree with that. I seem to be in the minority of this opinion because every film critic I talk to has all these complaints about the film, but I felt like it was a great story. I loved the way it flipped around between the now and the then in the timeline. Clint Eastwood's directing is top-notch. I love Leonardo DiCaprio in this. Armie Hammer is a wonderful number 2 in this film, as well as Naomi Watts as J.EDGAR's secretary through all the years, and also Judi Dench as his mother. I love this movie. I thought it was fantastic. It is so well acted. And if you get this version, your special features is just one big feature, J.EDGAR, the most powerful man in the world. And it's just a feature about J.EDGAR's life, how they translated that to the film, and the things that were known and weren't known, and what was interpreted based on the facts that they had, and why they put the story together the way that they did. This is fantastic, and you should be checking it out. Next is the Creepazoid film, Marcy May Marlene. This stars Elizabeth Olsen, and is about a young woman who escapes from a cult. But while she is escaped, living the life with her sister and her sister's husband at this beautiful beach house, she is haunted by her past and flips back and forth between the realities in her mind. And before you know it, she really can't keep anything straight. The cult leader that she was under was played by John Hawkes, and he has a really creepy song about her too. Ooh, if this movie doesn't give you shivers and chills and stuff, then you weren't watching. Elizabeth Olsen is amazing in it, and it is very, very haunting. For your special features, you get Mary Last Seen, which is a short film which the director made before he started making this full-length film, and it just tells the story of a different young woman and kind of explains how some people get sucked into a cult. It shows her basically being kidnapped without even knowing it because she thinks she's in a relationship with this guy. Very interesting short film. You also get The Psyche of a Cult, which goes into detail about the mindset when you're in a cult. Spotlight on Elizabeth Olsen, telling her story, the acting. Talking about the story, the making of Marcy May Marlene. Aren't you amazed I can keep saying that? And a conversation with filmmakers, and a music video of Marcy's song. I did not watch that one because once was enough. The next two titles are WWE stars breaking out into films. Films that pretty much appear to be going straight to DVD. My husband and I were both thrilled to see Trish Stratus starring in a film. She is one of his all-time favorites in the WWE. This could be not bad at all, right? Right? This is a story of bounty hunters. Trish Stratus and two idiots are bounty hunters. The two idiots are guys. She does most of the physical work. They get beat up all to hell and are idiots. You will find Trish Stratus fighting in a gym, fighting in a strip club, fighting in an ambulance, fighting in an abandoned warehouse. And she'll occasionally pull out a couple of her sports entertainment moves, but most of the time she's fighting in kind of a martial arts style. She's taking down guys bigger than her, and a lot of the time is also fighting a cute Asian girl who apparently has a thing for her. It's weird. When Trish Stratus isn't being a bounty hunter, she's moonlighting in a Catholic schoolgirl's uniform at a strip club. Yep, a lot of fan service in this one, guys. Lots of showing girls getting dressed and girls in their underwear because we also go to one of those Asian houses of women who are there to pleasure you. The story doesn't really come together well. I think the fight scenes are really good. The acting in between is not. And the movie starts with an opening monologue voiceover by Trish Stratus talking about the situation she's in, and then flashes back to how she got in the situation. It's really pathetic how she got into that situation. Monologue voiceover is immediately abandoned after that first opening, and they never go back to it. And I gotta say, her in her gym clothes is a lot sexier than the Catholic schoolgirl uniform. Bonus features, you get the interview with Trish Stratus where she talks about how she trained for this and how her body has been retired for a while and how much work it took to get back into the swing of things. And there's also epic fight behind the scenes where it goes into the anatomy of a fight scene, and there's a trailer. The next film is a little better, but not much. It's Recoil with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and his nemesis in this film is Danny Trejo. Okay, that's pretty cool. At least they got him a really good bad guy. Background on Stone Cold Steve Austin's character is that he was a cop, and he's kind of out for vengeance, and he's taken down bad guys because some bad things happened to his family from a bunch of clowns, and so he's out just kind of getting his revenge. Danny Trejo is one of two brothers that run the town in an underground crime kind of way and are giving handouts to bad cops and stuff. So it's one of those movies, one good guy, bunch of bad guys running the town, a couple good guys hang out with Stone Cold to try and help, and it goes from there. There's a somewhat hot chick played by Serinda Swan who runs a hotel and gets mixed up into things to be the resident hot chick. There's a few good fight scenes, there's some good gun action, and Stone Cold Steve Austin walks away in slow motion from some explosions, which look maybe fake. Your special features, you get the making of Recoil, which I bet you couldn't wait to watch, and deleted scenes, which you also couldn't wait to watch, and a trailer. Lastly, I have High Road on Blu-ray. This one really surprised me because it ended up being pretty darn funny. These last three films were actually kind of short. Bounty Hunters is only 79 minutes, Recoil's 94, that's average. And then High Road is only 87 minutes, so we're all just barely clocking it in to get a full-length movie. This film is mostly improvised, and it's a crazy story of you've got this guy here who gets himself into some trouble, and there's a kid who comes along with him for the ride because he wants to get away from his overbearing dad, and before you know it, everyone thinks he kidnapped the kid, maybe he's a child molester, all these horrible things. He runs into wacky characters along the way, he's getting pursued by wacky characters, and eventually comes face to face with his long-estranged father, who likes to dress in drag. Also, since the movie is called High Road, you can assume people are smoking weed. It's mostly improvised, and this is directed by Matt Walsh, who is a co-founding member of a comedy troupe called Upright Citizens Brigade. The improvising actors in this film are James Pumphrey, Abby Elliott, Dylan O'Brien, Zach Woods, Matt L. Jones, Lizzy Caplan. You'll remember her from True Blood. She also got high in that, but it was on V, the Vampire Blood. Horatio Sands, and one of my favorites, Ed Helms, and also that guy from The Office whose name I can't remember, who was dating the secretary for a while. Oh, what's his name? He was the new HR guy, not Toby, the nerdy one. Yeah, he's in this too, and he's really, really funny. He and Ed Helms are actually both maybe the funniest parts of this. Lizzy Caplan is hilarious. She and her significant other in this movie are being a White Stripes cover band, and she actually looks really good in that Meg look. Surprisingly, really funny film. The improvised script really works well for it. And for your bonus features, you have interviews with the cast and crew, which are also very, very funny interviews. Totally just making them up to be characters themselves. And previews for other things. Totally worth renting. You should check this out. I doubt many people even know about it. But I have to say, the best of the best out of this pile of things all coming out around the same time for me was J. Edgar. I thought it was fantastic. If you want to be creeped out, check out M4. And if you want to laugh and you want to see something that has a lot of great comedy actors in it, check out High Road. Thank you for watching my review, and I hope you'll join me next time for another review. Bye! If you like this review, go to my site at hauntedflowerreviews.com. I also have a podcast on iTunes. Please leave me ratings and comments. Also, we have a store, hauntedflower.com, where you can find the best online apparel and accessories from movies, TV shows, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower, and that's where we have all of our contests too, so you can win free stuff. Go to indiemojo.com if you live in Indianapolis, and you can find out how to go to free movies.